Hi Year Ones, it is Mrs. Sweeney and we are here to do some maths learning. Now yesterday you finished the review for your chapter 6, so we are starting a brand new chapter, chapter 7, which is addition and subtraction, all within up to 20. Okay, so when you've got your resources and your learning partner, we are ready to begin. Our learning objective today, Year Ones, is to be able to add by counting on from the largest number or the biggest number in our equation. Now, what I would like you to do is have yourselves ready a tens frame. Now, if you cannot print one off, or if you haven't got one at home from last week, you will just simply need to draw one, and all you need to do to draw one is make sure that it has got 2 rows of 5, because 2 5s make 10. Okay, 2 rows of 5 boxes, and then you've got your tens frame. That is all you need to do. Okay, so once you've got your tens frame, I would like you to do this. I'd like you to show me 8 counters on your tens frame. Okay, when you've done that, now I would like you to add 3 more counters to that. Okay, when you have done that, I've got a couple more questions to help you do some more learning for today's task. Now you're going to talk to your talk partner and explain how many counters you have got all together. Okay. And you might want to use some of your learning from last week to help you explain your reasoning. How do you know how many there are all together? Okay. And show, as we explain your reasoning, can you also describe in how many different ways you can help find out how many there are altogether? Now, I've got a friend, a brilliant mathematician, and they say that when you are adding all together, you do not need to start counting on from 1. And now we explored this together a bit last week when we did our numbers to 20, chapter 6. So what does my friend mean when they say you don't need to start counting from 1? What do they mean? Okay, that is my question. So explore these questions together, and I would like you to talk this through and pause the video here and have a little exploration at home, and then when we come back we'll explore it together a bit more in the video. Okay, now hopefully you've had a little bit more unpacking at home about what you explored. Now our in focus task is similar to what you have just done. Now in my baking tray I've got 8 cookies, and I've got 3 outside of it, and that's kind of what you just did using your tens frame with your counters or with your toys. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you didn't have counters, but you can use any objects really, which is what we talked about last week as well. Now obviously this problem is a bit familiar, but have a think, is it similar? It's kind of familiar, but is it similar to what you just did? What did you just do? Now in your tens frame, I said you've got 8 counters or 8 objects to fill up each slot. And then I said you add 3 more. Now does it match to the picture, what you did at home? Does it match to this picture here? Okay, can you pause the video and explain what's different to your learning partner at home? Okay, now when we're adding, what is important is to understand that we are counting on from the biggest number. So it's always important to start with the biggest number. Now, I just want you to be mathematical detectives. Is it easier though? Can you prove to me whether it's easier to count from the largest number, or would it be easier to count from the smallest number? So now in this number sentence, for instance, the biggest number is the number 8. Now, counting on from 8, is it easier? Is it more efficient? Or is it counting on from 3 that's more efficient? So you could say I've got 8 here and you count on. Or you could even say I've got 3 here and then you count on for your 8. So have a discussion with your learning partner at home. Tell me which is better, which is easier, which is more efficient. Okay, whether it's counting on from the largest or counting on from the smallest, and we'll unpack it a bit more when we're together. Okay, let's have an investigation here to prove to each other which is the more efficient way. Okay, so I have got the number 8 here. I'm using my number line as a resource, and I'm going to do my 3 jumps because I've got 3 extra cookies outside of my baking tray. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that was all in all 3 jumps, just 3 jumps that I had to do. However, I'm going to choose a different color this time. If I were to do, oh, it's not changing color for me. I'm going to try that one again. Sorry, it's using up vital learning time, this pen color changing. Let's just check if it's, oh, there it is. There is my red. Okay, so if I choose to start from number 3, which is the smaller number in our number sentence, and I choose to do 8 jumps, let's just see how that works out. And this time I'm going to do the jumps on top rather than the bottom, just so you can see the difference. Okay, so I'm going to start my 8 jumps because 8 is the amount of cookies that are in the baking tray, and that's how many jumps I need to do. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's my 8 jumps on my number line. Okay, now in both cases we come to 11 as our answer. However, which is the most efficient way? Which is the easiest way? I agree. It is counting on from the biggest number because there's far less jumps that I need to do. If I'm starting with the number 3, which is the smaller number, it's okay. It's actually okay to do that because I will eventually get to the same answer. But however, we're trying to make our work efficient and quick because that's what maths is all about, trying to be efficient with our working. Okay, so we do not want to get ourselves tired and do 8 jumps. Okay, we want to be quick and efficient and make our work accurate. So by doing that, by just doing 3 jumps, we find that our work is done faster and in a more efficient way. Okay, now we do not need to start counting from 1, do we? Because I know that I've already got 3 cookies, or I've already got 8 cookies to begin with, so we do not need to start counting from the beginning. We don't need to start counting from 1. Okay, so what I would like you to do is in your journals you will have a sheet that looks like this, okay, which presents the problem that looks a bit like this. Now what I would like you to do is, first of all, you're going to draw it. So that means you're going to draw your 8, draw 8 cookies. Now if you wish, you might want to do your tens frame to show me how you added your 3. Now if you add your 3, you might want to color them in a different color, and you might want to draw the 1 remaining outside. However, just to help you understand a bit more, I just said draw 8 cookies here and then draw your remaining 3 outside. Okay, so it is up to you whether you choose to transform your baking tray into a tens frame. Remember, if you do choose to do that, it is 2 rows of 5 boxes. Once you have done that, you are going to write your number sentence. Your number sentence is 8 add 3 equals, what is it? You tell me. And then you are going to represent your answer on a number line. And we just talked about our work being efficient, so we're counting on from the largest number, and in this number sentence our largest number is the number 8, which is just there. Okay, and make sure that our jumps are really efficient, going from one number to the next. Okay, and then you're going to write your number sentence there again. You're going to write 8 add 3 equals, you tell me the answer. Now, when you have done that, you have finished your journaling for today. However, I have also got a little activity for you that you might want to play with your learning partners at home or your family members at home if you get a chance. Now, this is entirely optional. You do not need to do this if you don't have the time. So you're going to play in groups of 2 or 3. You need to roll out a 10-sided dice and a normal dice. Now, if you haven't got a 10-sided dice, all you need to do is just write the numbers on a piece of paper and you can just pick one. Okay, that's another way of doing this game. Now, when you've picked your numbers, you can add the 2 numbers by counting on. Now, you might want to use a number line for this if you would like to. Now, find the number on your number line and put a counter or an object that you would like to choose. Like if you've got a game of snakes and ladders, you might want to use one of the coins or counters that come with the game to just borrow for this maths game that we're going to do. And then you lose a turn if the number is less than 10. Okay, so that means you skip your turn if your answer is less than 10, because our goal is to make numbers more than 10 in this lesson, going all the way up to 20. And then you take it in turns and you repeat steps 1 to 3, and the first player to cover all the numbers from 10 to 50, it says 15 here, but you could have 10 to 20 if you wish. Okay, but to make it a quick and easy game, we've just decided that you need 10 to 15. So hope you enjoy playing the game. All you need is a number line going from 10 to 15, a couple of dice or a couple of papers with numbers written on paper for you to choose, and then you need some counters from a game that you already have at home. Okay, hope you have fun doing that. And that brings us on to our guided practice. Now, I'm going to do the first one with you and you are going to do the rest on your own. Okay, now our number sentence here is 7 add 4 equals something. Okay, now if you notice, my number line doesn't even have 4 on it. All because that it's embedding for us to understand that our addition needs to happen starting with the biggest number. Okay, so I've got 7 and I'm going to add 4, which means I need my 4 jumps. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hello, my jump didn't 4. It's being silly then, I do apologize. So we land on 11 and our answer is 11. What I'd like you to do is pause the video here, use your number lines at home to complete the rest of the questions. When you have done that, oh, my slide skipped, you will do your worksheet for today. So pages 119 to 120, which have been uploaded for you. Okay, hope you have fun doing that, year ones, and with that we come to the end of our session for maths today. I will see you again for another session tomorrow. Bye.